This is not a prank, you guys. Yes, your girl is back to black hair. Y'all, I went to Hawaii and it got all over my I was over it. This was literally me at the lounge club, at the United Lounge Club with red hair. I made them dye my hair as soon as we landed. This is them dyeing my hair. Yeah, so tell me what sign I am without telling me what sign I am. But I'm so excited, you guys, to even, Hawaii was such a blast. We went to the Big Island or Kona Island. It's so much fun. Definitely can't wait to go back. Sometimes a vacation is needed, you know, as a single mom, as a business owner. It is definitely needed. I needed it and would love to go back. But I'm getting closer to celebrating my 7-year anniversary, which is June 1st. And I wanted to come on here and tell you guys, like, been doing this for 7 years now. Let me explain. I've been doing this for 7 years as far as seeing clients. Okay. So booked and busy, you know, obviously eventually started teaching, but I always ask myself, or always get asked this, what I would do if I had to restart my body sculpting business now in 2026. Like, what would I do differently, business-wise, mindset-wise? You know, sometimes beginner advice is needed, what not to buy, services, all the things, right? And I will kind of, you know, put in here as well some of the at-home body sculpting results that I've been getting from a lot of clients, which is what I love. So a lot of the, you know, number one mistakes is machines. A lot of you guys think, oh, I need the prettiest, biggest, fanciest machine, and you buy it and then you realize, dang, it's not getting me the results, because technique matters, you guys. Technique matters. So let's get into some of the mistakes that I see all the time, some of the things that I would do, what I wouldn't do, coming from someone who's almost 7 years in the game. Yeah, let's get into it. Now, whenever I first started, I did start off by doing mobile. Now, I do have some clients who book my business makeover call, and I kind of help adjust and help them move and groove with the business side. I don't recommend that for everyone. It's just not beneficial when it comes to gas and mileage and whatever, or the area that you in. So if you are someone who's like, well, how do I know if this is something that will work for me? I do have my mobile ebook that helps break down everything as far as consent forms, you know, with video playback as well, how to set up. Again, I did mobile for a very, very long time in the beginning, and I had 2 girls in Houston at one point and 1 in Austin. So when I say I perfected the mobile game, and trust me, it's not as easy as you just going to someone's house and that's it. So many things can occur. So that's definitely rather be safe than sorry type of ordeal. But again, if you are someone who's questioning it, you can always do at home at your own home. But I always recommend you guys to make it look like a business, either a Vistaprint or whatever. Just make sure you're checking your state regulations. Sorry, you guys. So make sure you're checking the regulations if you're offering facials or other services, you know, that will hinder you from doing the body sculpting services side. So again, just make sure you're in your rules and regulations, you know, HOA, all that stuff. But if you are doing at home, I definitely recommend you guys, some of the biggest mistakes that I see when people are booking the business makeover calls, I kind of tell them to give me a run through. It still feels like a home. Do like maybe a refreshment stand, or your restroom, make it look like a spa, like little hand towels, candles, make it smell good. Make sure if you like to block off a certain area, put a curtain up. Put a banner up in your yard. You know, that's all advertising as well. So that would definitely make it easier. If you are putting it in your bio, don't put your actual address as far as your Instagram. I would put the zip code or the area that it's called, and then in their confirmation email. So you must have a booking site. So let's go into that. Number one mistake that I see for people who are starting, whether it's mobile or at home, no booking site. So you guys are using DM to book. Please, I don't care if you have a suite. Never, ever, 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 ever use DM to book. Okay, you're going to attract a certain type of clientele when it comes to that. So please don't. Just it just makes you look way more professional if you are using a booking site, you guys. Yes, it's very tedious in the beginning, but once you have it set up, good to go. I use Acuity by Squarespace. There's Gloss Genius, there's Vagaro. Do your research, go on YouTube, search up what you feel like benefits you a little bit more, or what you like a little bit more, or price range, and then go from there. Again, it's very tedious to set up all your services and packages and pricing and all that good thing. Use ChatGPT to help. Just make sure it's not too salesy, and it kind of has a flow to it. Again, if you are someone who needs a little bit more help with that, I do have my business makeover call. What I critique as far as what to do. No, this is going to be a little bit too confusing to the client, especially if you don't have categories up. There's just so much when it comes to that. Just make sure it looks clean. Have somebody else look at it who doesn't know anything about body sculpting and say, okay, if you were to book a service, does this flow? So again, just make sure you guys are looking at that in that perspective. So again, booking site. And then, okay, all right, Marisol, well, I'm going to do at home for the time being. My booking site's good to go. I don't know what to charge. Now, if you are my student, you guys are not, you're not charging $75 a session or $100 a session. I always tell my students, like, we are not the average body sculptors. We're not, Toyota Camrys, Honda Civics. We're G-Wagons, Benzes, and BMWs. Okay. So we have to act accordingly. So because of that, because of my results and because of my technique, we're able to charge more, because everyone else out there is charging, I don't even know, for clients to be able to see results in 6 to 12 sessions. With my technique, you can see results instantly and maximum in about a week. So technique does matter. So if you are someone who, hasn't taken my course and you're like, okay, I'm starting off, I don't know what to charge. Don't charge too low, honey. This is your time as well. If you feel like it does take me 6 to 12 sessions, then don't start. Take a pause. Wait till you can reinvest to get, to better your technique. Because again, how are you going to be a body sculptor if you're not producing results? So as long as you're producing results, that's all that matters. As long as you feel confident behind what you are doing, that is all that matters. Practice does make perfect. So if you feel like you have to, just practice on a lot of people and offer free sessions, then do that. That's exactly what I did, trying to figure out this technique in the beginning. Okay. So again, I always tell my kids this: hard work beats talent any day of the week. So yes, it is hard work to get this up and going, to put your name out there, to make sure that you know what you're doing and you feel confident. Because again, if you are a body sculptor, if this is the business that you're in and you're not producing results, how can you call yourself a body sculptor? So make sure you're not charging too low. I would say, example, like one night, and it also depends on the area that you live in. If your cost of living is high, you kind of have to go by that as well, you guys. Like for instance, I'm $315 for one session. My girls in California are going to be charging double that because of the cost of living. So again, it just depends. But if you are someone who is just starting off, I would do like $199, 50% off your first session. That way it doesn't seem too low, you guys. So never start low. Always offer it as a sale or new model pricing or whatever the case may be. So you're not selling yourself short or attracting a certain type of clientele. That is the biggest mistake that I hear from my refresher students, that they're like, I wish I didn't charge so low. It was such a headache. And there was a bunch of no shows and all the things. Yes, it comes with all of that. So make sure your pricing, you guys, offer sales. Okay. Offer sales. Let's see. First, services to offer. If you're a body sculptor, right, you're not booked and busy, sauna bag after is a great way to do an add-on service, or the EMS machine. Once you start getting booked up, then I don't recommend offering the sauna bag anymore, because it's going to interfere with your time. Okay. So unless you have 2 rooms and an assistant, once you get to that level, then you will be able to offer it like that. But remember, you always wanted, for instance, what can I do at the same time that they're laying there? So if you have a client, you're doing their stomach and sides, you're doing laser lipo. What can I do at the same time while they're sitting there? How do I go from making $315 to $600, $700 in that same hour? Okay, so it's all about add-ons, you guys. What can you do? I have a lot of girls who do like eyebrows or lamination or, you know, mini facials. But again, rules and regulations do matter. So think about it like that as far as add-on services. Another mistake that I always see is branding mistakes. Again, you guys, this is how I first started and this is how I evolved now. I made those same mistakes. You cannot make these same mistakes now in 2026. You cannot. Social media is very, very powerful, and it's very important, and it's a need. It is a need. You have to create a brand. You don't want to look like the same person. You know, body sculpting is getting very saturated. You want to be able to stand out. I can help with that. Usually my one-on-one students who book that one-on-one course, I'm able to go into the business side a little bit more. So let's say I had one of my students who like, okay, well, I want this name. I'm like, let's make it better. Let's make it your own. And she's like, okay, well, let's use these colors. I'm like, okay, those colors are perfect, but let's do a pop of colors so you're able to stand out. The font, her logo, everything. So I was definitely able to help her out. Again, you guys, the goal is to stand out and create a brand. Put your personality into it. Okay. That is very, very, very important. What actually makes money? Results. If you're a body sculptor, results. I just had a client who left today, and she booked a wood therapy package with someone, and she's from Port Arthur, so she drove 2.5 hours or 2 hours to come see me. And she bought a package of wood therapy, and it made her look worse. I'm like, of course, if you are doing wood therapy by itself and it's someone who has loose skin, you're only going to make them look worse. You are only, let me explain it. You are only going to make them look worse. Again, I'm speaking to those people who are doing at-home services as well. If you're using the fascia blaster, if you're doing wood therapy tools on yourself, and you're like, why do I look worse? And you have loose skin, that is why. That is why. So please be careful what you do at home. Even if you're doing body sculpting at home, there's a certain technique that even I teach. Again, this is results from some of my at-home body sculpting clients who have had the machine forever, did it on themselves, didn't see any results until they took my call. So you guys, technique is definitely required. Customer service comes with that as far as what actually makes money. How do I keep people coming back? Customer service, you guys, you actually have to care. I can't teach that. If you're in it for the money, it's going to show. And again, I always tell my students, you want to be open years from now, not months from now. I do sell an experience like my room, dim lighting. So again, I always go above and beyond for my clients. I make sure that I am taking care of them. Customer service goes a long way. Remember, a lot of people come to us in a not so good place. So we have to be able to be their safe space for them. Yes, it's a lot. It's very demanding, but again, I wouldn't have it any other way. I love what I do. I love being in a place where I'm able to help people and make themselves feel so much better. I love it. Like I love what I do. It's such a blessing for me to even be able to say that, you guys. Another thing as far as what can help you out is what I teach as far as consultations goes. A lot of you guys are asking, even 7 years in, I still ask these 3 questions. What areas bother you the most? And that's because I want the client to be able to express this to me. Now you can do this via an online consultation. I don't do consultations for each and every client. I do make them fill out a questionnaire before they book, and then I go over the questionnaire to see if they're even a good candidate. Again, time is money, so you want to be able to create a flow. So that definitely helps. First question again for the consultations is, what areas bother you the most? I want my future client or the person to be able to express that to me so I can give them the reassurance that that's exactly what I'm going to go over. Expectations, that is key. Trust me, I've had to turn down people in the past
who think that they're gonna look like me after one session and they weigh 200 and something. Expectations are key. You have to see where their mind is at to, you know, like, and sometimes it might not be a great fit. So you can ask those questions. And if they have a special event coming up, that way you know how to pre-book their appointments, or you know what package to offer them, and then as well as any surgeries or hormonal issues I should know about, because typically those are my unicorns, and I'm not going to do any services 3 days out. I'll do it a minimum of a week out because they just need a little bit more help to flush out. So when it comes to the consultation, you guys, and I will do a video like a little bit more in depth, kind of like a breakdown as far as what to ask, what's, you know, a good candidate. But yeah, that's a little bit of a detail as far as the consultation side goes. Content strategy is key. Content strategy. I will be coming out with my social media class, and it goes over all of that. And it'll be a Zoom class. It'll be live. So it's kind of, there's so many people out there who need so much more help. That comes very natural to me. So I want to be able to bring out my expertise, like creating a problem and finding a solution, how to target that certain type of clientele, and so on and so forth. So yeah, I will be bringing that experience into a course. So yeah, make sure you are following me, liking me, and subscribing me, because you guys, I will be announcing it on here as well as soon as it drops. So follow me on Instagram, TikTok, all the things. I will be announcing it on there. But social media strategy is key. I usually have a recording day, and I'll bring like either different outfits, or I wear this and I'll record throughout the day. ChatGPT does help. AI does help, but you have to know how to allow it to help you, because sometimes everyone ends up sounding the same. You don't want to worry about too viral worthy things either. Again, you want to be able to push out knowledge as far as what is body sculpting, because a lot of people don't typically know. Services, break down how it works, all of those good things, you guys, and you have to plan it out, or it's going to be very, very overwhelming. Again, that social media class will be coming very, very soon. I cannot wait for that. Yeah, that is some of the things that I would do, or some of the things that I see all the time from beginners' mistakes as far as what they're doing, or thinking they have to buy the latest machine. That's another thing that I see all the time. You don't. Again, I use the purple. My big Bertha, who's right here, literally collects dust. She just sits there and looks pretty. So much money that I spent on this machine. I made those same mistakes, you guys. Which is why I teach with the machine that I teach with now. And I still use the one that I've had since 2019. The 6-in-1 is the one that I recommend that you noise a ton. I love it. I love it. I love it. Lasts so long. I have yet to find a machine that is to give me better results. So when that does happen, or if that ever does happen, you guys will be the first to know. But remember, technique is required when it comes to seeing results as far as with these type of machines, non-medical grade type of machines. So you don't need to have all the things set up first, you guys. Just do it. Just get out there. Just practice. Don't be scared. We're going to learn through our mistakes. Just be consistent. Don't overwhelm yourself. Just know owning a business is like this. It's an emotional roller coaster. There's always going to be high and low moments. Just be ready for the ride. So that's all I can say. Again, I'm just so blessed to be able to say, well, wow, almost 7 years in, and it has definitely been an emotional roller coaster ride. And I love it, and I cannot wait. And I'm working on so many things, you guys, and I can't wait to bring you along for the ride. I can't wait. We'll be celebrating Mother's Day this weekend, and being able to afford to send my daughter to college and pay out of my own pocket for her tuition, and hopefully she'll be able to take over my business so I can be sipping, a mojito on the beach, wishful thinking. The hardest part for me, I feel like as a business owner, is motivation. When it gets hard, a lot of you guys do quit, and it's the same thing with working out. It's the same thing with dieting. It's just, how bad do you want it? You have to remember, how bad do you want it? For me, my faith keeps pushing me every single time. And I know this is my purpose, and I know this is what I'm supposed to be doing. Do I have days where I'm crying in my car? I'm so tired. Yes, it does happen, even to me too. But I always get a reminder from, I always call it my angels, whether it's a student or I see a beautiful comment from you guys at the right moment. I know that was a sign that I need to keep going and to keep moving. Again, being a single mom of two, it's really, really, really hard. My son is in so many sports. He's with me majority of the time. So yeah, but again, I'm able to create my own schedule sometimes because I am a workaholic and I'm just able to financially give them so much and spend time with them as well. So I'm just sitting here looking back, like it's been an amazing almost 7 years. And I'm just glad I didn't listen to everyone who was telling me, what are you doing? Are you crazy? You have no idea what you're doing. And you're going to do mobile, you're going to go to people's houses. And I'm so happy that I didn't listen to the noise, and I prayed on it and I asked God to guide me, and He did. And 7 years later, I am still here going strong. So don't give up, or just start. I'm giving you that little push. Whatever it looks like for you guys, just know that we can do it all. Okay? And for those who are celebrating Mother's Day, happy Mother's Day. We can do it all. But remember, water your own cup. You deserve to be the happiest, healthiest version of yourself, whatever that looks like. So until next time, you guys, more at home, more what to do and not to do for those body sculptors. Just so much more. Drop down in the comments what you like to see. So much as far as good things that I'm working on. Can't wait to announce all that great news. But for the time being, I'm just basking in the craziness that has been a wonderful ride, and I wouldn't have it any other way. Love you guys. Until next time.